Lonely all their lives in their silent house, longing for the love of a child.
Damn.
And I will strive to be just the best daughter that anybody could ever have. I'm sure that I can do it.
And did you ever see such freckles? And hair as red as carrots?
Girl, shut up.
I hate you.
Talk to him.
I hate you, I hate you! How dare you call me skinny and ugly? How dare you call me freckled and redheaded? You are a rude, unfeeling woman.
Hello everybody, today we are starting Anne with an E, or is it Annie with an E? I'm not sure. I can't tell if it's British or early Americans, but let's check it out. If you end up liking this video, the best way to support and see more of them is to subscribe, turn on your notification, hit that like button, do all that great YouTube stuff. If the video performs well, I'll put more out there. And if you're watching this, we're usually like 5 to 6 episodes ahead on Patreon, so come check us there if you would like to. Without wasting much time, let's check out Annie with an E, or Anne with an E. I'm not sure till I hear her name, I guess. Thanks for watching. Golly, who is this? We're starting strong. Is this show from a source material, like a novel or something?
We made a practical decision. We'll just have to hope for the best. With any luck, Mrs. Spencer will have picked out a good one. Hard worker and obedient like we asked for.
Oh.
Couldn't tolerate a lazy boy. Sullen boy, no. I couldn't abide it, and I wouldn't.
They're looking for a servant.
You coming in sometime today?
Seems like he's heading out.
You be ready to set off as soon as you're finished here?
I will.
Bet it won't take long for Rachel to come a knocking. Lord knows she's got a hunger for gossip like a person starved.
Bread, cheese, and ham. Are those Anne's parents, or is she going to be the help that they're looking for? Oh, there she is. Very faintly. Hello? Jesus.
Run the table a half hour ago.
She needs her diaper changed. Mrs. Hammond, the stew is all ready.
Did you milk the cow?
No, not yet, but
Give it to me. You want these children to starve to death? Do something right for a change. You're more trouble than you're worth.
Christ.
A miserable piece of trash. Hurry up! We'll see what Mr. Hammond has to say about this when he gets home.
if all the world hated you and believed you wicked, but your own conscience approved of you and absolved you from guilt, you would not be without friends. I love Jane Eyre, don't you?
I never met her.
I'm glad you've woken. I have so many more questions for you about Green Gables.
I'm sure you do.
Why do you suppose neither of the Cuthberts ever married? Did either of them have a tragical romance?
It's none of our business.
But I'm bursting with curiosity.
She wants some tea. Damn, the way they just smacked us immediately with her trauma. It's like shit. Oh boy. So was the lady earlier her employer or her handler? Nature is calling. The beautiful flowers.
I just wonder if you could help me. Is there
Little girl. Oh, you didn't see her. She's just outside. Wouldn't come in. Darndest thing.
But
Did she prefer to sit outside because the woods... What was it now? More scope for the imagination. That was it. She's a case, I should say. I heard her talking to herself out there.
but I'm not expecting a girl. It's a boy that I have come for. Mrs. Spencer was to bring him over from the asylum for us.
Well, Mrs. Spencer got off the train with that strange snippet. Gave her into my charge, said you'll be along for her presently. Well, that's all I know about it. I haven't got any...
Did he just say from the asylum? As in mental asylum?
Mrs. Spencer was to bring him over from the asylum for us.
Well, Mrs. Spencer got off the train with that strange snippet. Gave her into my charge, said you'll be along for her presently. Well, that's all I know about it. I haven't got any more orphans concealed hereabouts.
I
Orphans.
don't understand.
Well, I'm sure the girl will be only too happy to tell you every little detail of what happened. She's got a tongue of her own, that's for certain.
I wonder how she would fit into their dynamic.
I suppose you are Matthew Cuthbert of Green Gables. Well, I'm very glad to see you. I was beginning to be afraid that you weren't coming, and I was imagining all the things that might have happened to prevent you. I'd made up my mind that if you didn't come for me, I'd go down the track to that big wild cherry tree and climb up into it and stay all night.
She's
I
still
wouldn't be afraid,
shaking.
and it would be lovely.
Oh, bruh, she's a chatterbox, dog. The moment he said earlier, more room for the imagination or something, I'm like, she seems very, like, whimsical, very, you know, head in the clouds. I don't know if that's the right term. But the way she even talked about the tree and sleeping in the tree. He's like, give me my hand back.
I mean, you and your sister are practically the stuff of fiction. Two
Oh.
hardworking, decent people, lonely all their lives in their silent house, longing for the love of a child. I
Damn.
will strive to be just the best daughter that anybody could ever have. I'm sure that I could do it. To be honest, I haven't had much experience at it. I'm not usually brought into the house to be a daughter, so you can well imagine what a blessing this is and how much my heart is lifted.
Oh my god, she doesn't know, does she? Because from the sound of it, they wanted to help, but she's just so ecstatic, you know? Damn.
Always wanted a daughter. Always in your heart of hearts. I read once that a daughter is a little girl who grows up to be a friend.
Aww.
And
She's
it
gonna be
gives my heart a thrill
disappointed.
to even say it aloud. Oh, isn't she lovely? What's her name?
I think that's a boy.
Mare.
She doesn't have a name. The right name is so important. She looks to me like her name is Belle. Hello, Belle. You are a beauty, and I am sure we'll be great friends.
Wow. Who's gonna tell her this is gonna suck? But one thing I'm loving so far is obviously that flashback shows that like she's been through a lot in her life, in her very short life. But I love that she still kept her spark. You know what I'm saying? Like you would look at her and think like she's never suffered a day in her life. It's like her fire was just too bright to be snuffed out, you know? She gives me that kind of energy.
Am I talking too much?
Yes.
People are always telling me that I do, and it seems to cause no end of aggravation. Would you rather I didn't talk? If you say so, I'll stop. I can stop when I make up my mind to it, although it's difficult.
I don't mind.
He does.
You and I are gonna get along.
Afternoon, Rachel. I put the kettle on. Won't you sit down?
Uh-oh.
I don't want to interrupt if you're expecting company. Oh, we've got plenty of time. Matthew won't be back for several hours.
I took quite a fright when I saw Matthew starting off today.
I can imagine.
Well, I couldn't imagine what might cause him to leave his crop in the middle of the afternoon. I was fearful he'd gone to call for the doctor.
Oh, I'm quite well.
Oh, what a relief. Oh. Of course, now that I have time to think, it wouldn't make sense for Matthew to take the time to put on his best set of clothes. Had there been an emergency?
No, it wouldn't.
She's giving me nosy ass neighbor vibe. Because I think she said earlier that someone was gonna come for gossip or something, so I imagine it's her.
Strange child into your house, and you don't know a single thing about him. Why, only last week, I was reading in the paper how a man and his wife, up west of the island, took an orphan boy out of the asylum, and he set fire to their home at night. Set it on purpose, Marilla. And they nearly burnt to a crisp in their beds. Now, if you would have asked for my advice on this matter,
Oh,
which you
brother.
didn't do, I would have told you, for mercy's sake, not to think of such a thing. That's what.
Uh-oh.
I don't deny there's something in what you say, Rachel. I've had some qualms myself.
How could you not?
Matthew is getting on in years and his heart's been bothering him. The boy will be a great help. And it isn't as if he's coming from overseas or the States. He's from Nova Scotia. Can't be much different than ourselves.
Well, there is some comfort in that.
You have no idea.
Some London street Arab or some French ruffian. An orphan.
Oh, so she's a Karen. She's a legit racist ass. You know, you don't want to jump into conclusion early, but she just up and said it. Jesus.
Mr. Hammond?
Good. Die. Die right there.
Mrs. Hammond!
He was putting his back into that beating and his heart gave out. The universe was tired of your ass. Oh my God. I'm just having a feeling. I think what I said earlier about me loving how all she's been through didn't quench her fire. I can already foresee the show like testing her so much, and especially that neighbor. I'm not looking forward to the interactions with her and that neighbor. And it's also beautiful to notice how just in the trip with her, he has said so much more than he has said this whole episode from the beginning. You know, in the beginning when he was putting on his shoes, he was so quiet. Even when his sister was talking to him, he was so quiet. But look at him like opening up, actually saying some things.
Green Gables is real, and we're home.
There.
Yeah, she's definitely gonna bring some joy into this household. This is gonna be something.
Matthew Cuthbert? Who's that? Where is the boy?
There wasn't any boy. It's only her.
No boy? But there must have been a boy. We sent word to Mrs. Spencer to bring us a boy.
Well, she didn't. She brought her. When I asked the station master, I had to bring her home. She couldn't be left there, no matter where the mistake had come in.
Oh, this is a pretty piece of business.
Damn.
She's got to go back.
You don't want me. I should have expected it.
Damn.
I might have known nobody would really want me.
Oh, for heaven's sake, child, what are you doing on the ground? Now, you listen here and stand up. What do you make of this?
I am.
The disappointment.
She's traveled a long way to be disappointed.
Well, she shouldn't be here. You should never have brought her home.
She's had a shock.
She's not the only one. Enough of this foolishness. Come along inside.
Damn.
I'm speaking to you, child. Little girl, that's enough now.
I didn't think it was gonna be this devastating to her.
I wish I was anything but.
There's no point in crying. There's been a mistake is all. We're not going to turn you out of doors tonight. What is your name?
What does it matter? I won't be here long enough for you to remember.
Damn.
Well, mind your manners and answer the question.
Please, call me Cordelia.
Call you Cordelia. Is that your name?
Cordelia?
Penelope. Penelope has a very tragical ring to it.
What is your name, child?
Couldn't you call me either of those? My name is Anne.
Anne.
Plain Anne.
Anne is a fine name. A sensible name.
Could you please spell it with an E when you speak it? Anne with an E looks much more distinguished.
Very well, then. Anne with an E.
Title.
It's time to come inside. Get yourself up now.
Aww. Disappointed.
This is a lovely home. Why didn't you tell me at the train station that you didn't want me? Why didn't you just leave me there?
Fair question.
I hadn't seen the white way or the light or the lake of shining waters. This wouldn't be so hard.
What does she mean?
It's just a conversation we had on the road. I'll put the mare in.
Take off your hat, lay it and your bag on the bench.
I think they'll learn to appreciate her.
Were there no boys at the asylum?
There was an abundance of them. But Mrs. Spencer said distinctly that you wanted a girl about my age, and the matron thought that I would do.
This is what comes of sending word and not going ourselves. Follow me. Don't dally.
She's strict.
We want a boy to help Matthew with the farm work. A girl would be of no use to us. Do you understand?
I can't say that I do.
I beg your pardon?
I don't mean any disrespect, but couldn't I do the farm chores even though I'm a girl?
Right.
That's not the way of things, and you know it.
But couldn't I? I'm as strong as a boy, and I prefer to be outdoors instead of cooped up in a kitchen. I don't understand the conundrum. For example, what if suddenly there were no boys in the world?
Talk to him.
Fiddlesticks.
It doesn't make sense that girls aren't allowed to do farm work when girls can do anything a boy can do, and more. Do you consider yourself to be delicate and incapable? Because I certainly don't.
Ooh.
Anyway, since I'm here now, couldn't you consider it?
I could not. I'd put those fool notions out of your head. Come along. Let's get you washed up for supper.
Damn. I love how she doesn't hold her tongue. I think that's one of the benefits of her just being so like expressive. She gonna let you know, like when they were coming, when they were coming on the horse, she's like, how does it feel to be old and lonely? And maidenless, to all my Elden Ring fans. How does it feel to be maidenless and lacking a bride? Like, and the thing about it is she says it without any sort of malice. It's just like matter of fact conversation. But I love how she's like challenging the gender norms. I mean, I'm sure it was horrible back then. Much more than I can even imagine. And I love that she pushed the question to her. Do you see yourself as, what was the term she used? Fragile, or paraphrasing, because I certainly do not. It's like, yes, push those questions, push those norms. No appetite.
Well, you're not eating at all.
I can't. I'm sorry. I'm in the depths of despair. Can you eat when you're in the depths of despair?
I've never been in the depths of despair, so I can't say.
Well, did you ever imagine that you're in the depths of despair?
No, I didn't.
Well, it's a very uncomfortable feeling indeed. When you try to eat.
Best put it to bed.
Fetch your bag and follow me.
Oh, she's really not eating. That shit look good too. She, boy, I will be in there. They can't deny that she's fun to be around. At least good company, you know? Damn. Aww.
How can you call it a good night when you know this must be the very worst night I've ever had?
Damn. And I love that it's not like a Cinderella story where the person she's working for or with, or the stepmom, is like evil. Yes, this lady is strict, she's by the book, but she has a heart. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like Anne takes everything so literally. Anne is the type of person where you can have small talk with them, where you're just regurgitating social norm conversations, because she would question you on everything. It's kind of how I think lately not lately, about 2 years ago, my wife was just telling me how like she started this thing where when people are talking bad about themselves, like self-deprecating and trying to joke and laugh about it, like she doesn't laugh along with them. she questions it, like, do you really feel that way about yourself? You know, it makes you question the thing you just say and don't truly believe, or you don't like. So yeah, I think that's kind of like Annie in this case, where like this lady had told her good night, because that's what you say at night, like good night. She's like, how could you really think this is a good night when I'm going through this? And her being an orphan too, like she was looking forward to this, being wanted. Come on.
I, Princess Cordelia.
Cordelia.
Let my kiss prove my devotion.
What are you doing? It's time you were dressed. You're driving to see Mrs. Spencer after breakfast.
Damn. Shit. I didn't know what to expect from this show, but I'm loving everything I'm seeing so far. She's really stealing the show. And what, she's probably like 13.
Stop your snooping and come to breakfast.
Wow, she took the flower too? Come on. Okay, that was uncalled for.
The world doesn't seem such a howling wilderness as it did last night. I'm glad it's a pretty morning, so we won't be driving back in the rain. That would be extremely difficult to bear. It's all very well to read sorrowful stories and imagine yourself living through them heroically, but it's not so easy when you're actually woeful, is
Oh,
it?
for pity's sake, hold your tongue. You talk entirely too much.
Yes, ma'am.
Just so as you know, I sent word to see if that French boy is available through harvest.
Gracious me.
I can milk a cow and split wood. I can wash clothes, iron, dust, sweep, and so many other things. There is no end to what I could accomplish just given the chance. I will take care of these dishes for you, Miss Cuthbert. You will see. I'll do them right.
But be careful, the kettle is very hot. Use both hands.
She's aware.
I see it clear now.
If you want something, you gotta advocate for yourself, dog. You know, because the cavalry ain't always gonna come, you know? She was like, yo, I can cook, I can clean, I can milk a cow, I can split wood, I'm an astronaut, I cracked the Da Vinci Code, like everything. Yes, you gotta advocate for yourself, man. She's like, hell nah, you're not taking me back.
Bye, Mr. Cuthbert.
I didn't say I'd hire a boy to be rid of you. It was in the hopes that you could stay.
Aww.
I'll never forget you.
You take care now. And with an E.
Title.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
I've made up my mind to enjoy this drive. It's been my experience that you can nearly always enjoy something if you make up your mind firmly that you will. Of course, you must make up your mind firmly. I believe this is something that you and I have in common.
Talk to him. Hey, man, the moment I realized that the sister is going to be the one taking her back, I'm like, we saw how on their trip home, she got a chance to really connect with the brother. Now she's going to get a chance to really connect with the sister. I love this. I love it so much. And it's acted so well, even with the adults. Like, you can see them going from surprised, frustrated, to more hospitable, even so slightly. So the acting is really good. And this episode is so long. It's one of those things where if this was a movie and the movie was just, or a short film, like so far this works so well as a short film. She's so positive too, regardless of what she's been through.
Isn't pink just the most bewitching color? I love it, but I can't wear it. Red-headed people can't wear pink, not even in the imagination. Do you know of anybody whose hair was red when she was younger, but got to be another color when she grew up?
I shouldn't think it likely.
Well, there's another hope gone.
Damn.
My life is a perfect graveyard of buried hopes. I read that sentence in a book once, and I say it to comfort myself whenever I'm disappointed in anything.
Knows where the comforting comes in myself.
Because it sounds so romantic. As if I were a heroine storybook.
You must have gone to school.
Not a great deal, although I went recently when I was back at the asylum.
I was just gonna say she's very knowledgeable. So when they started talking about books, I'm like, maybe she had books to read while she was working for the other family or something else. So I'm glad they're expanding on that.
My, you're the last folks I was looking for today. I'm real glad to see you.
And how are you doing, dear Anne?
I'm well enough, thank you.
What brings you by, Miss Cuthbert?
Well, the fact is, Mrs. Spencer, there's been a queer mistake somewhere. I've come over to see where it is. Matthew and I sent word for you to bring us a boy from the asylum. We told your brother Robert to tell you we wanted a boy.
Marilla Cuthbert, you don't say so. Why, Robert sent word through his daughter Nancy that you wanted a girl. Oh, that Nancy's a terrible, flighty thing. I've often had to scold her for her heedlessness. I'm dreadfully sorry about this.
It was our own fault. We should have come to you ourselves and not left an important message to be handed on by word of mouth. However, the mistake has been made, and the only thing to do is to set it right. I suppose the asylum will take her back, won't they?
I suppose. But it might not be necessary to return her. My neighbor, Mrs. Blewett, was just saying to me she's overburdened by her large family, and she wishes she'd sent for a girl to help. Anne will do nicely. I call this positively providential. We'll call on her and see. I'm sure she'll agree.
A word from our sponsor.
The sponsor of today's video is me. A way you can support me and the channel is by purchasing some of my work. Now, these are not the original paintings, but I doubt you could tell the difference. These are museum quality canvas prints. There's a variety of portrait and wildlife options you can pick from. If you use the promo code FrankArt, you can get 20% off any of these professional prints. The link to my shop is in the description, 20% off on the checkout. Thank you to me for sponsoring this video.
How old are you and what's your name?
Anne Shirley, I'm just 13.
Don't look as if there's much to you. But you're wiry. I don't know, but the wiry ones are the best after all. If I take you, you'll do as I say and speak when spoken to. I don't suffer no back talk, and if I find you lacking, you'll know the toe of my boot. I expect you to earn your keep and no mistake.
Jesus.
It'll do better if you swaddle him. And gripe water helps.
Anne has worked for large families before.
And work she will. This ain't no charity house. Well, I suppose I can take her off your hands, Miss Cuthbert. If you like, I can take her right now.
Damn. Don't leave me.
Well, I don't know. I didn't say Matthew and I had absolutely decided we wouldn't keep her. I just came over to find out how the mistake had occurred. I'd better take her home again and talk it over with my brother. I ought not to decide on anything without consulting him. Otherwise, you can assume that she'll be staying with us. That suit you, Mrs. Blewett?
I suppose it'll have to.
Very well. Good day.
Hey, man. That's a win.
Well, I'd rather go back to the asylum than live with her. I keep expecting her to chase after us on a broomstick.
She's a witch.
Hold your tongue on the ride home. I've got plenty to think about.
Hey, man. Scene by scene, I'm loving this show more and more. Hey. Watch that smile come on his face. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like you to keep your silly grin off your face.
Wouldn't give a dog.
I propose we give her 1 week trial to see how she behaves. She has 5 days. I'll need a lot of convincing, that's for certain.
No, you don't.
For heaven's sake.
Again, I've already said it, but I love that they didn't make her freaking evil ass caretaker, unlike the other lady. But it goes back to what Anne says, like, why do people have children when, you know, it makes them so miserable, or when they're not sure they can handle it? And to keep having more, no, Jesus Christ. And I know, like, obviously in times like this, probably wasn't even the wife's decision. It all came down to the husband for how much he wants to put in her. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, homie, you're broke. Like, what are we doing, man? You're bringing the children in to suffer? And I mean, even I know there's people who have more children just so they have more hands around, like the farm and stuff like that. Yeah, living and at that lady's place would have been horrible. Like, she said she'd rather go back to the asylum than stay there. And I love that, like, the sister, the moment she sensed just the vibe of that woman, she's like, no, and it's too sweet for me to leave her here. She said even consider leaving her here immediately. What?
You're old enough to pray for yourself. Just thank God for your blessings.
What blessings?
Ask Him humbly for the things that you want.
I'll do my best. Gracious Heavenly Father. That's what ministers say in church, so I suppose it's all right for private prayer.
Gracious.
Gracious Heavenly Father, I thank Thee for the white way of delight and the lake of shining waters, and for dear Belle and the lovely Snow Queen. I'm really extremely grateful for them. And that's all the blessings I can think of just now to thank Thee for. And as for things I want, they're so numerous that it would take me a great deal of time to name them all. So I shall only mention the two most important. Please let me stay at Green Gables. Please let me be good looking when I grow up. Yours respectfully, Anne Shirley.
Now that's a good prayer.
Did I do it all right?
That'll do for now. We'll get in.
And there's this interesting dynamic here where she's tugging at their heartstrings, but I think it's unintentional. You know what I'm saying? I think the only thing she did intentionally to gain favor with them was when she had that whole spiel of, I can do the dishes, I can milk a cow, da da da. I think that's the only one she did intentionally. But everything else she's been doing that's been warming up their heart is just her being herself. So even this prayer that she just had, and one of her wishes was, let me stay at the Gables, it did not seem like she's like intentionally like taking advantage of their kind heart by like saying that. She was just honestly praying, and just it's just how she talks. At least that's my read on her, which makes it more endearing in my opinion that she's just herself, you know.
Good night.
Because the night is actually good this night. She must feel so happy.
She's gone.
Gone?
I'll check the silverware.
She didn't rock. Or she's already doing work.
Eggs! That's one chore done. And now I've met all the chickens, so I don't need to make any introductions. I've been up since before the sun. I was too excited to sleep. And I wanted to start proving to you that I should stay. It's so easy to love Green Gables, isn't it?
I'll let the milkers out to graze.
We'll have breakfast on soon.
May I take these blossoms up to my room?
No. You don't want your room or your person cluttered up with flowers. You should have left them on the tree in the first place.
I felt a little that way, too. I felt I shouldn't shorten their lovely lives by picking them. I mean, I wouldn't want to be picked if I were a blossom. Wouldn't it be lovely to be a blossom?
Yesterday, you wanted to be a seagull.
Sure, I can imagine it's fashionable.
Shouldn't take me but a day or two.
If it looks just like this one, it shouldn't take you any time at all.
You run along now and learn the prayer.
Yes, Miss Cuthbert.
She's making them smile. Oh my God, the fucking neighbor is here.
I brought you some scones. I felt for sure you wouldn't have time for baking, what with all the hubbub.
Thank you.
I'll just come in and sit a spell, shall I? Catch my breath.
Invite yourself, why don't you? Oh, shit.
Couldn't you have just sent her back?
We may yet. But for now, she's here on trial.
Trial?
1 week. Matthew is quite set on keeping her. And I'll admit she's a bright little thing. But I'll need a great deal more convincing.
I know it by heart, Miss Cuthbert.
And this is our neighbor, Mrs. Lynde.
Well, they didn't pick you for your looks. That's sure and certain. She's terribly skinny and homely, Marilla. All elbows and knees. And did you ever see such freckles? And hair as red as carrots?
Girl, shut up.
I hate you.
Talk to him.
I hate you. I hate you. How dare you call me skinny and ugly? How dare you call me freckled and redheaded? You are a rude, unfeeling woman. Such things said about you. How would you like to be told that you're fat and clumsy and that you probably hadn't a spark of imagination in you?
Oh!
And I don't care if I hurt your feelings by saying so.
Get him!
Hope I hurt them.
Get him!
You have hurt my feelings worse than they have ever been hurt before.
Get him!
I will never forgive you for this. Never, never!
Anne! Come back here! Anne!
Get him! I wish that's how every bully was treated off the bat. What makes... Who the f*** asks for your opinion? Huh? Who asked for your opinion? Say they didn't pick her for her... Oh my Jesus. Oh, Anne was going in, cuh. She was going in. Who asked for your opinion, dog? Like... Oh, you feel a bit hot?
You don't mean to tell me that you are upholding her in such a terrible display of temper as...
What about yours?
She has been very naughty, and I'll have to give her a talking to about it. But we must make allowances for her. She's never been taught what is right. And you were too hard on her, Rachel.
Well, I can see now I'm going to have to be very careful what I say after this.
Yes.
Since the fine feelings of orphans brought from goodness knows where have to be considered before anything else.
Rachel, get the f out of here.
But if you will take my advice, you will have that talking to with a fair-sized birch switch and get her on the next train out. Goodbye, Marilla.
Yeah, stay in your house. Don't come back here to catch your breath. Don't go too far away from home. Hello? You better stop right there. Let out a primal scream. Let that bad energy out.
Apologize to Mrs. Lynde, you must. And you'll stay up in your room until you can tell me that you're willing to do it.
I'll have to stay up there forever then. Because I can't tell Mrs. Lynde I'm sorry I said those things to her. How can I? I'm not sorry. I'm sorry I vexed you, but I'm glad I told her just what I did. It was a great satisfaction. In fact, I can't even imagine that I'm sorry.
Hey!
Imagination is in better working order by morning.
Hey! We all got a thing or two to learn about Shawty, man.
You can't send her back over this.
Don't be so sure.
No, it's good that Rachel got a calling down. Well, wish I'd been there.
Matthew Cuthbert, I'm astonished at you.
And you'll take her of a meal.
When did you ever hear of me starving people into good behavior? But she'll stay up there until she's willing to apologize, and that is final.
Oh, she gonna be there. It's one of those things where, like, Miss Rachel or whatever, her being told off, you can't tell me that there's not a little bit of the siblings that have wanted to tell her some of those things for a while now to shut her up. Because all she's always going about, like, girl, please. Her willpower is crazy. You guys are not winning this battle. Her conviction is strong. Wow, she stayed there a whole day and a half.
Don't you think you better say it? Just have it over with.
If I apologize, I'll be fibbing.
What is fibbing? I assume it's lying, but a lie, typically an unimportant one. A minor untruth. Fibbing.
It's terrible lonesome downstairs without you. I'm not used to the quiet anymore.
The trouble is that the prospect seems humiliating and unfair.
Yes.
Find the right words. I'm sure.
But why should the apology have to come from me when it was Mrs. Lind who caused the entire situation?
The one fine day, it won't matter a whit to you what anybody says sideways.
You have a good imagination. I suppose it would be true enough to say I'm sorry. I am sorry I upset Miss Marilla. And you.
All right.
So, go and smooth things over, can't you?
She's gonna double down.
Very well. I'll attempt it. For you.
Now that's good news. Don't tell Marilla. We had a conversation. And we decided raising you was her department.
I shall carry our secret to my grave.
And let me just say, I love the depiction of the brother. I love that he's not a weirdo that even have any thought or anything of like taking advantage of this little girl, because far too often that's the case, unfortunately. I'm glad he's a sweet, chill dude.
I hope you're taking this seriously.
Oh, I am. I'm imagining out what I must say to Mrs. Lind.
Even the way she's walking up, bruh. Oh, it is about to be good.
Not even if I used up a whole dictionary. I behaved terribly to you. And I've disgraced my dear friends, the Cuthberts, who may let me stay at Green Gables even though I'm not a boy. I am a dreadfully wicked and ungrateful girl, and I deserve to be punished and cast out by respectful society forever. It was awful of me to fly into a temper because you told me the truth. And it was the truth. Every word you said was true. My hair is red, and I am freckled and skinny and ugly. Now, what I said to you was true, too, but I shouldn't have said it. Oh, Mrs. Lind, please.
You little monster, bro. She said everything I said about you was true, too. I knew she was gonna do some fucking Jedi mind game. And I love how she put it in there, like, so small, but like 99% of what she was saying, the emotion surrounding it is selling it.
I guess I was a little hard on you. But I'm just an outspoken person. You mustn't mind me. That's what I said.
Thank you for your kind consideration. I look forward to never minding what you say again.
Indeed. Although it can't be denied your hair is terrible red. But there may be hope for it. There was a girl in our class who had hair every bit as red as yours. Do you recall Marilla? But when she grew up, it darkened to a real handsome auburn. I wouldn't be a mite surprised if yours did too.
Oh, Mrs. Lynn, you've given me hope. I shall always remember that you were a benefactor.
We should run along, Rachel.
Thank you for your graciousness, of course. She has a queer way of expressing herself. Forcible-like.
Couple of things. Yeah, I love it. I love this show so much. It's like, I think I put this show on Patreon once, but it did so poorly that I just didn't consider it again. And I know there's so many shows that I've done poorly on the polls that I've ended up watching later and absolutely love them. But I recently put this up on YouTube, on a YouTube poll. I think it won that poll. And just the comments from a lot of people that watch my stuff, they're like, Frank, this show, you're gonna love it, da 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 da. So going in, I was like, let's get it in. I love this show, bro. I can't even hold you. I'm eating good right now, man, because I started 3 shows recently: Secession, Walking Dead, and Anne with an E. All bangers. All of them. So I just want to say thank you for everyone who pushed for this one. I love it. Second is a question. I know in my community I have some famous redheads. Let me know the history behind it, why it's so like frowned upon. You know, even the freckles. Is there something about like the history of like people with red hair being like, because it's so rare, right? Is it 4% or 6% of people in the world have red hair? So let me know in the comments, or if you have any information about it. You don't have to be a redhead, but if you have any information about it, let me know. What was the last thing I was gonna say? Yeah, I was just gonna gush over her strategy there. And the fact that the lady didn't even catch that little part she put in there, because everything was so dramatized and brilliant. This show is awesome. Like I said, if this very long one episode was just a short film, it works so brilliantly. Oh yeah, the last thing I wanted to say is queer, because I'm guessing back then that term wasn't necessarily used for queer folk the way we know queer folk now, because I think the word itself, queer, just means like different. So I'm guessing that's the term that's the meaning they're using whenever they say she's very queer in her behavior. Like, she's very different, like she's very odd to everyone else. I mean, she's just an individual who is different like every other individual should be. And when you don't fit into societal norms and like conversation, social norms, of course you're gonna be called queer, you're gonna be called different, you're gonna be called weird.
Good boy.
Who the f is that?
I haven't even finished my trial yet.
There's work needs to be done either way.
Oh, we're gonna have some competition. Hey, yo.
Je m'appelle Jerry. Jerry Bernard. Nice to meet you. Baynard? Foolhardy.
Damn.
Your surname means reckless or foolhardy. Charlemagne even named his impossible horse Baynard.
Why you being mean?
I don't remember you from the orphanage.
No, I live in town. Big family. We have a small shop, but with so many, some of us must work.
Well, if you come from such a large family, it may trouble your conscience to know that you are displacing my own position in my very first potential family.
She's so, what's the term? Diplomatic. Even in making her points. She's like, you must understand how hard it is on these streets for orphans. Oh, God. The way she charged up there. Like, who the f are you? This is my turf.
All I'm doing is my job. What are you supposed to be doing?
Damn. Hey, he fought back.
My apology was an unmitigated success. Mrs. Lind was very pleased.
It's not Rachel Lynn that you need to worry about.
Well, Miss Cuthbert seemed pleased too.
Now you're talking. It leaves Marilla's mind that I've got help.
Matthew, are you sure you still want me to stay?
Matthew. Pinch.
And Marilla won't admit this, but she's getting older too.
I'll go right in.
That's a good idea. Hey.
Harry's. They want to meet Anne.
I haven't finished the dress. She can't go wearing that. Oh, my heavens.
Who are the Berries, and why do they want to meet me?
Our neighbors. A very respectable family. Hem, buttons. You'll want to be on your best behavior.
But why?
They have two little girls who are very well-mannered.
Do they need help?
Diana is the girl nearest your age.
If you stay here, perhaps you two will become friends.
Real friend.
Wow.
Let go! Let go of me!
Shut it! I mean it!
Damn. Of course she was bullied too.
Guess what, Princess Cordelia? We're sick of you and your stupid stories.
Stupid stories.
Liar! This little mousey made too much noise.
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry.
Man. She's had a life.
No startling speeches. Anne, what's wrong? Are you ill?
No, Miss Cuthbert. I'm fine. Don't worry. I'll be as quiet as a mouse.
Oh man. That is f***ing sad. I want to know something interesting about like putting up a front or putting up a face in public is her being chatty, her being her genuine self, endeared her to both of them. You know what I mean? That's what made them soften up to her. So like now you're essentially asking her to essentially mute herself and shrink herself to these people that you want them to like and approve of her. And you can already see how it's becoming like counterproductive, right? Because like what you fear her displaying is what made the both of you love her in the first place. Moral of the story, let your children be themselves. Trust that you gave them a good enough foundation and they should be able to handle themselves.
You look clean and tidy, and that's what counts.
Isn't this lovely?
Hand it here.
May I try it on?
That is not a toy. This is a treasured possession. Do you understand?
I completely understand. Amethyst is my favorite. I think diamond's pale in comparison.
Do you now?
Amethysts are so much more romantic.
This was my grandmother's. My mother bequeathed it to me.
Well, it's perfectly elegant.
Are you ready to go?
Well, I'm not sure.
What do you mean?
It's just... This is a meeting of great auspiciousness. What if she doesn't like me?
So, Mother, you gotta reckon with. If Mrs. Barry doesn't like you, it won't matter a whit how much Diana does.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, the whole thing with the rat was painful. It just shows how some wounds we get from when we're little can literally stick there forever. Sometimes. Quiet as a mouse. Damn. See? It's already started where they're looking at her weird because she's being very quiet. I'm sure her natural self would have already put a smile on their face already, you know?
I like to imagine that I am a princess in a tower, or Joan of Arc riding into battle, or a forlorn bride who lives by the sea but never speaks to anyone because her one true love was lost when his ship went down and disappeared beneath the waves.
Wonderful. Could you tell me a story now?
I could tell you 12. Diana, do you think you could like me? Just a little. I already do. Shall we swear to be best friends forever and ever?
It's dreadfully wicked to swear.
That's a bit too forward.
And twist your pinky finger around mine. I'll repeat the oath first. I solemnly swear. Diana and I are kindred spirits. And I think she'd be struck quite sad if I were to be sent away.
Please take my shawl.
Girl.
I can't wait to tell him everything.
As long as you're helping and not just flapping your gums.
This sure just makes me smile more and more. Princess, what's the name?
One of my squires returned on horseback after a harrowing journey and handed me a letter that required my urgent attention. So please, do not doubt my love. And please, please let the Cuthberts decide to keep me. I realize now it's the only thing I truly want, so you don't have to worry yourself about my red hair. Amen.
Where is my brooch?
It should be there on your shawl.
It is not. Nor is it in my jewelry box. Did you take it?
I was playing with it, but I didn't take it.
You were told not to touch it.
I'm sorry. It's just it's so beautiful I couldn't resist.
You were told to set the shawl on the chair.
I did.
I've looked everywhere. The brooch is nowhere to be found. Give it back. Right now.
But I didn't take it, Miss Cuthbert. Honest, I didn't.
I don't believe you.
Oh?
Where else would it be? Confess at once.
But
I'm not gonna live with a thief under my roof. You confess to stealing the brooch, or you have no future here at Green Gables.
But I didn't take it.
Confess, or I'll send you right back to the asylum.
If I don't confess, you'll send me back.
Confess to what you have done.
But she didn't do it.
And as I was drawing water from the well, I leaned over to make a wish, and it fell in.
Jesus.
Splash as it disappeared down into the depths.
Jesus.
I'm ever so sorry, Miss Cuthbert.
That's her mother's.
Pack your things.
No, but you said if I confessed I could stay.
I told you that brooch meant a great deal to me.
No, but I made that up. None of that was real. I didn't take your brooch. I don't know where it is. Please, Miss Cuthbert, you have to believe me.
I don't have to do anything.
Please, Miss Cuthbert.
I can't trust one word out of your mouth.
Please.
Enough. You're not to leave this room tonight. Tomorrow you will go at first light.
Damn. Come on. I mean, that's fair though, because, I mean, who took it then? Please find it on the floor, because who fucking took it? Wow. It just fell in the cracks.
Matthew!
My Shayla. Go get her. Ah, that's where he was right into in the beginning. No way. They missed her. Ah. That's how the episode started too. Woo! This show is fucking remarkable. Like I said, if this was just a short film, it works. Wow. I love what I do because I go into something blind and just get wowed. Her acting, my goodness, she really carries this role with such excellence, bro. Like, watching them fall in love with her as time went on, absolutely loved it. Remarkable. The way they dropped bits and pieces of some of her past that is not so fun was so well done too. Like, you really feel for her, and the transitions with what's going on, the way you see both of them warm up to her and admit how much they enjoy her. Anne is spectacular, man. Her apology to the lady, that's a non-apology if I've ever heard one. That's like an admission of, you said what you said, I said what I said. But the way she acted it in such a slick manner, man, this show, everyone who told me to watch this one's for you, man. This one's for you. I like it so much. Now my biggest fear is this just like a one-off episode where like it's kind of structured as like a tragedy where like she ended up not being with them, and maybe episode 2 will be her with another family and another journey, and maybe we might never see this brother and sister again. That's what I'm scared of, because I'm like, that would suck ass. Like, that would suck so bad if we don't see this family again. Because yeah, the way this 1 hour 30 minutes episode was structured, it almost seems like a kind of like a one-off or a spin-off. Not a spin-off, like a one-off. But I hope they can resolve it. I don't know if all the episodes are this long. Yeah, let me not spoil myself on what's to come. But let me know what you think of Anne with an E. I love it a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I love it a lot. Thank you for watching. If you watched this far, I love you so much. Thank you. Remember to like, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you know when I post videos. And if you want to catch stuff early, if you want to support the channel a little more, come over to Patreon. Appreciate all my patrons, YouTube members. You guys make the YouTube world go round and the Patreon world go round. The whole channel. You guys fund everything. So thank you so much. But yeah, take care.